Hello everybody, this is Green Tips, and today we are going to be going over the Orchid. Now for this video, I have a light goal I would love to meet. Now you may be thinking, Green Tips, you've never set a light goal before, and now you're going to? Yes, I am. I want to give my viewers a goal they have to meet every single week. Since this is the first time I'm saying the goal, I'm going to aim for 10 likes. If you guys can do that, it will make me so happy. And now it's time for the background info. Hit it! Now this orchid that I'm going to be going over is nicknamed the moth orchid, as in the moth that roams at night. Or it doesn't roam at night, but it flies at night, yeah. Either way, it's nicknamed that, so let's move on. The orchid is part of the Orchidaceae family. Orchidaceae family. Which contains more than 20,000 different species, or I think it's 35,000. I'm not sure, but all I know is that it's a lot, okay guys? A lot of species. Now for the different varieties, I'm actually going to go over what the different colors represent and what they symbolize, and I'm also going to go over who you can gift the orchid to as a gift. Because you probably don't want to give someone an orchid that symbolizes enthusiasm at a funeral. I mean, unless you're that kind of person. But I'm pretty sure no one wants to do that. So beginning with the rarest color, we have the blue variation of the moth orchid. Variation represents spirituality and contemplation. This is a great gift that can be given to your parents or someone beloved. Next we have the purple variation. This symbolizes loyalty, respect, and admiration. This can be given someone to whom you respect, such as your boss or teacher. The orchid I actually have with me right now is the purple variation of the moth orchid. So again, this symbolizes loyalty, respect, and admiration. Respect, loyalty, and admiration. As you can see, it's like a gorgeous plant. This is real, by the way. And I just like it because it just looks so pretty. I mean, who doesn't want these awesome colors like in their house? It's just like a gorgeous plant to have. I mean, like, right? I mean, you agree with me, right? I mean, if you don't, then, like, that's just sad. Whatever. The red variation symbolizes love, passion, and desire. This is given to someone whom you admire and or love. This is often given on Valentine's Day as a gift. Moving on to the pink variation, this variation represents grace and femininity, I'm not sure. I don't even know.
3, 2, 1.
What? Screw it, I don't even know. For you kids out there, the word I struggle to say actually means girl stuff and girly things, basically. I mean, I hope I explained that well enough, if you know what I mean. This can be given to someone who you adore. Now we have the white variation. This color symbolizes elegance, purity, and beauty. This is a perfect gift for a wedding or a baby shower. Next in line is yellow. This variation represents friendship, happiness, and cheer. This can be given to a friend or a family member. So I have an example of the yellow orchid. This is fake, by the way, so don't think this is a real example. If you remember, this variation represents friendship, happiness, and cheer. This actually symbolizes happiness, cheer, and friendship. So, as you can see, it's yellowish/whitish. I'm perceiving it as yellow because it has that yellow gradient color around here, a little like lightish yellow. If it's all white, then I'm gonna consider it white. But since there's a tiny little bit of yellow, it's considered yellow to me. I mean, it could be different for you, but for me, it's yellow. The next variation is the orange variation of the orchid. This represents enthusiasm and boldness, and can be given to someone as a thank you gift or someone who makes a daring act and performance. And last but not least, we have the green variation of the orchid. This represents life and nature. I mean, doesn't green always represent nature? This can be given to anyone as a wish of good fortune, happy blessings, and longevity. Longevity, that's how you pronounce it, right? If I didn't, then something's wrong with me. I'm just not able to pronounce anything today. I'm sorry, guys. The orchid is a native of 2 countries. The orchid originates from Asia, of course, because it's an Asian plant. And surprisingly, Australia, too. I didn't even know it. All orchids in general, including the moth orchid, need bright, indirect sunlight. But remember, try to avoid the light from coming from just one direction. If you're looking for an inside location, an east or south facing window can do just the trick. Orchids are very different than other plants in regards to soil. This special plant actually requires a different type of water absorbing material, such as bark or moss. Bark can do the trick, but moss is a lot better due to its ability to hold more water and absorb more water. The orchid tells you when it needs to be watered, just like how every other plant does. If the roots are gray and white, then the orchid is not getting enough water. If the roots are brown and soggy, then the orchid is getting too much water. But if the roots are green, then congratulations, the orchid is just getting the perfect amount of water and does not need to be watered. It's kind of like the 3 Little Bears story, where the orchid is the Goldilocks and wants to have just the right amount of water. For example, if you take this orchid I have, this is the purple moth orchid. If you look at its roots are grayish, kind of almost a whitish color, but it's still kind of greenish, grayish, whitish. It's probably going to turn whitish in a little bit. That means it needs to be watered. I can also tell by lifting it up. Oh, it's light. It's lighter than without the water. That means it's taken in all that water, absorbed all that water. It's used all that water. Now it's dried. It needs to be watered. So if you excuse me, I'm gonna go water my orchid. Oh wait, I forgot the orchid. However, if the roots are not accessible, you can also use another tactic of finding out when it needs to be watered and when it does not need to be watered. Here's an example. So I'm going to use my fake plant as an example on how to bottom water. So, when you bottom water, you want to put the plant in the container for 15 minutes and then take it out. You'll notice that the plant feels a little bit heavier than it did before. That's because the plant absorbed a lot of the water and is now watered. Now you can lift up the plant whenever you want, and if it's heavy, that means it doesn't need any water. But if you lift it up and it's light, it's time to water the plant. And by the way, please do not use ice cubes to water your orchid. It's a horrible method. You're really like killing the plant, basically. You're giving it so little water that its roots are going to start to turn gray and white, and it's eventually going to die. Please do not do this. You may have heard this from many different sources, and it's a bad idea. Whoever invented that ice cube idea is out of their mind, because it's not a very smart tactic. The orchid is sensitive to temperature. The orchid needs to be in a daytime temperature of 68 degrees to 85 degrees Fahrenheit. It also needs to have an 80 to 90% humidity, because if it doesn't, it will die. If you live in dry conditions, one thing I suggest you do is take a squirt bottle that sprays mist and spray the orchid. Since it's one of those plants that's probably not going to get those spots on it, you can do this. With the begonia, you probably can't do this because it'll spot the plant. But with the orchid, you can do this. It's a way to do it if you're in a dry area. But if you're in the Bay Area like me, you're okay. You can just not do that tactic. It's fine without the squirt bottle. But anyway guys, I really want to thank you so much for watching this video. It means a lot to me. And again, if you can get that 10 like goal, I'll be really happy. Don't forget to also hit that subscribe button. It's a little red button that says subscribe. You just gotta press that, and you can see more content from Green Tips. Thank you, and I'll see you all later. Okay, now you can cut now. The Orchid is part of the Orchid ACE because you probably don't want to give someone. Moving on to the pink variation. This variation represents grace and femininity. I'm not sure. I don't even know. You know what? The next variation is the orange variation of the Orchid. Longitude, that's how you pronounce it, right? I'm just not able to pronounce anything. All orchids in general, including the moth orchid. This special plant actually requires a different type. If the roots are gray or white, then the orchid is not getting enough water. If the roots are brown and soggy, then the orchid is getting too much water. But if the orchid